story and rhyme. I wonder what we'll see this time.
Hi children, Teacher Ruth here. Yes, I'm still at home. We're still not at Friendly Forest Preschool, but today I wanted to tell you a story on one of our favorites about Mr. Gumpy's outing. So I thought we'd start today by singing our welcome song, and then I'll tell you the book, Mr. Gumpy's Outing by John Birmingham. And today I decided to do our story time in a different room of my house. I'm doing it in my living room or my front room where I watch the TV sometimes at night and where we as a family get to hang out these days and just play board games and sit around. So I thought it would be fun because then you get to know all the places in my home. So let's start with our welcome song. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? How are you today? Mr. Gumpy's outing. Now I don't have the boat from preschool, but look what I found. I found this glass. Wouldn't that be a fancy boat? Because you could see the bottom in the river. Found this glass dish in my cupboard, so I thought it would do just as good as our wooden boat at preschool. So, as we all know, this is Mr. Gumpy. And you see him there? And here's our Mr. Gumpy. I'm hoping you can see all of it. And Mr. Gumpy, will you remember where he lives? He lives by the river in his house. And there he is. Oh, he fell over. Oh, and we must get his stick. That's how he pushes his boat, at the front of it. He's got his big stick to push his nice glass boat down the river. So when he went out to the river one day, the children who lived next door, Sam and Sarah, they said, "Hello, Mr. Gumpy, can we come with you today?" "Oh, all right," said Mr. Gumpy, "but as long as you don't squabble." So remember what squabbling is? It's kind of like sometimes you do that with your brothers and sisters. Sometimes you squabble back and forth. So where's Sam and Sarah? So Sam and Sarah promised Mr. Gumpy that they would not squabble on the boat. And then Mr. Gumpy used his stick and he pushed slowly down the river, and it was a glorious day. And then out of the bushes came along Mr. Rabbit. "Can I come too?" he asked Mr. Gumpy. "Well, all right," he said, "but you're not allowed to hop a boat." So out came Rabbit, and he hopped on the boat. And there's Rabbit, and he got on the boat with Sam and Sarah as they went down the river. And then they went a little bit farther. "Oh, meow, I'd like a ride too," said the cat. "Very well," said Mr. Gumpy, "but you're not to chase the rabbit." So the cat came on, and he sat at the front with Mr. Gumpy, away from Mr. Rabbit, and he got on the boat. So they were going a little bit farther down the river. "Well, will you take me too?" said the dog. "Why, yes," said Mr. Gumpy. "No problem, we can do that, but you must not chase the cat." Because you know what, that's what dogs like to do. So the dog jumped on and came to the back of the boat with the rabbit. "May I please, Mr. Gumpy," said the pig, "come too?" "All right," said Mr. Gumpy, "but you must not muck about." Because that's what pigs like to do, remember? They like to roll and muck about in the mud. Makes their skin feel good. So on came the pig. Oh my goodness, the boat's getting full. Let's see who comes on next. "Have you a place for me?" said the sheep. "Yes, but you must not get on the boat if you're going to do all that bleating, because that's what sheep like to do." So the sheep promised he wouldn't bleat on the boat. So he came on the boat at the very end. "Buck, buck, 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 buck," said the chickens. "May we come too, Mr. Gumpy?" Oh, all right, he said, but you must not flap on the boat. No flapping on the boat. We won't flap. So on came the chickens onto the boat. Can you make room for me, said the cow. Oh my goodness, look at the size of that thing. You think it's going to be able to fit on the boat? Mr. Gumby nodded, but he said to the cow, you must not trample about, because cows are so big, and then if he trampled on the boat, he could tip the boat. So the cow got on. Oh, we're almost running out of space on the boat. Oh, can you all pull back? Maybe you can see there. May I join you, Mr. Gumby, said the goat. Oh, very well, he said. What a nice man Mr. Gumby was. But you must not kick, because goats like to always kick. You have to be careful of them when you go to the farmyards. So he got on the boat. The sheep moved over, the dog moved over, the rabbit moved over, and there was just enough room for Mr. Goat. All of them were on the boat. Oh, and they were so happy for quite some time, and Mr. Gumby was using his stick and going down the stream. But then you know what happened? The goat kicked, the calf trampled, the chickens flapped, the sheep bleated, the pig mucked about, the dog teased the cat chased the rabbit hopped, and the children squabbled, and the boat... What happened to the boat? I know what happened to the boat. The boat tipped over, and all of them fell into the water, just like that. Oh my goodness, thank goodness it was a warm day. So they all swam to shore, and they got out of the boat. Everybody was so safe. The goat, let's see, Mr. Gumby, Sam and Sarah, the rabbit. I don't want to stay up on my carpet. The cat, the chickens, the sheep, the dog, the goat. I'll lie them down. Maybe that's better because they're lying in the sun anyways. And the big cow. Oh, they all lied in the sun. All of them made it to shore, and they put their faces to the sun, and they all dried out. We'll walk home across the field, said Mr. Gumby. It's time for tea. So they all went in a line, and they all headed back to Mr. Gumby's house on the river for strawberry shortcake and tea. Oh, I like that story. And look at what Mr. Gumby said when they were all finished. Goodbye, said Mr. Gumby. Please, everybody come for a ride. So children, it was nice telling you a story today. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you very, very soon. Stay safe. I love you and miss you.